Hello, I'm Bob Weir with the Cross Timbers Gazette, and my guest today is Denton County Precinct 3 Constable Jerry Raburn. Thank you for being here, Constable.
Thank you.
For those who may not know anything about the office, would you give the people a description of what a constable does?
We are, like any other peace officer, everyone in the state falls under this peace officer umbrella. We have the same power and authority as any other police agency, and our mandated duty is to take care of the business of the court system, mainly the JP court. Every JP court has to have a constable, and in my department, we don't work traffic because we simply don't have time. Now, if we see some kind of violation, we'll maybe take action, but most of the time, we don't have time to actively enforce traffic laws.
All right, so that would be handled by local police?
All of my precinct is in someone's city limits, Highland Village, Louisville, or Copper Canyon. They all have their agencies. If they need us, they call us, and if not, we leave it alone.
Are the duties of a constable somewhat similar to what the sheriff's duties are, the sheriff's department?
Pretty much. He has the responsibility of the jail, and we do not. And that in itself is enough to make me not want to be sheriff.
For example, you both have peace officer status, you have arrest authority, summons authority, and stuff like that. Let me ask you, what do you think about the open carry law that was just passed and signed by Governor Abbott?
I'm kind of torn. I'm not a fan. I've got to learn more about it, because come January 1, there's parts of it I'm going to have to be teaching.
Right.
And I get a lot of questions about it now, and I went through a class yesterday, a legal update class at Denton Police Department, and they touched on that a little bit. And as far as everybody, if I saw you walking down the street wearing a gun, it wouldn't bother me a whole lot. The people that I have to worry about, I think, and the people the public have to worry about, are not going to do that.
Yeah.
You have to have a license. We can ask you if you have a license, ask you to produce the license, but still, I'm not a big fan of it. I'd rather it be concealed. I'd rather the bad guys not know who's got one.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I mean, that's exactly how I felt about it. Just to give my opinion on this, my feeling is, why would you want to let the bad guys know that you have a gun? I mean, to walk around with the gun showing just tells the bad guy that this is somebody maybe we have to knock out first. You know, so I'd rather just have it concealed, because the bad guy certainly is going to have it concealed. His weapon's going to be concealed.
Every policeman, every officer I ever broke in, I told them, wherever you go, traffic stop, whatever it is, there's always a gun present. It's yours. And there's always a chance somebody will try to take it from you.
Yeah, that's a fact, yeah. Also, let me ask you about your profession as a licensed, you're a firearm trainer, right? Licensed firearm trainer. And you give classes regularly to teach firearm instruction?
I try to do one a month. I teach a variety of classes. I'm kind of, since my wife had back surgery, I'm kind of slowed down quite a bit until she gets back fully over that. Probably after the first of the year, I'll get started again. But I try to do a concealed carry class a month. I teach once a month for Quail Creek Shooting Range out in Flower Mound. And I teach airsoft classes for ladies that involve force on force, home invasion, carjacking, all kinds of things that you would need to defend yourself from. And I teach that with an airsoft pistol in my classroom.
And we know several people that have attended your class, and they rave about it. They're very happy with it. They say you give a great class, and they've learned so much. And this is men and women that we know. They both they were very confident after being at your class. What does the training consist of? Like, how long will it take somebody to learn?
The course now, statute before the statute said not less than 10 nor more than 15 hours. And nobody did a 15-hour course because nobody would come. They go, when they could go to a 10-hour, I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
But now it says not less than 4 nor more than 6, and my class will be 6 hours. And on Thursday night before, I can't call it a part of the class because it would be a violation of the statute to go 8 hours
Right.
and call it a concealed carry class. You can't do that. But on Thursday night before, I have an orientation and go over safety issues and things like that and gun handling skills.
And what does it cost to take a course like that about?
My cost for the orientation and the class is $60.
Really, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow, that's not much. Well, do you teach on all types of firearms?
I deal mostly with handguns. That's all I have time for.
Handguns, right?
Uh-huh.
And if a person goes to you to learn firearms training and they have never had a gun in their hand before,
Then we're going to go through a 2 or 3 hour basic skills course. They'll handle several firearms with inert training ammunition. They'll take several apart, put them back together, clean them, learn what makes them work, what keeps them from working, learn grip, stance. and
so
all
you
those
gotta,
things.
you gotta start right from the beginning.
I probably go slower than any instructor I know.
Difference would be someone who is used to handling a gun, but maybe has never gone for a license.
Right.
But they may have had training in other departments, and now retired or what have you. So they wouldn't need as much training, I suppose.
No, they can go through the 6 hour course and they're through.
So let's go a little bit into your background, Constable. You have a law enforcement background. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
I graduated the DPS Academy as a highway patrolman in 1966, and that's when I came to Denton County. I moved from Denton to Louisville in 1967. I've been here ever since.
And you are, how long have you been a constable in?
This will be, at the end of next year, will be 24 years as constable. I've worked for the county almost 30 years.
24 years, congratulations, that's great.
And I'm going to run one more time. And that will, right now, the Commission on Law Enforcement shows me close to 48 hours, 48 years in law enforcement.
48 years, wow. And so March 1st is the Republican primary, and you'll be running in that primary?
I'll be running in that primary.
And currently you do not have an opponent?
Not yet.
So I think the cutoff date is the 14th of December?
14th or 15th, yes.
That someone would have to sign up to run against you.
And this will be my last time.
Well, I want to really thank you for being here, Constable Raburn. It's been a pleasure meeting with you, and I wish you well in your future travels. Thank you so much.
It's always good to see you.
And thank you for being.